Hey everyone, welcome back to another Kevin's Creations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin,
I'm Cardwell.
and as you can see, we're doing things a little different this time, but that's because, we're in quarantine again because the Rona's still here. It's still a thing.
Yep, that good old variant D.
Yeah, it's kind of making the resurgence here, so we're having to just take precautions. So, unfortunately, for a little bit, our deck techs are going to be online, so just bear with us. We'll get through it together. I mean, we've all been dealing with this for like a year and a half now, so
Exactly.
It is what it is. But before we get into it, guys, I want to remind you that we do have a Patreon. The link is down below. It takes just an extra $1 to give us some love and support, and we'd greatly appreciate you for it. Also down below, you will find our FOW Grimoire app, which is our app that we made for the Forcible game. It is a good database for the card game. It has like all the cards that are in the New Frontiers block and everything, and you can build any kind of deck you want on the fly, on the go, whenever you're bored, or just like, hey, I have an idea, put it to words or put it to paper.
Yep. And with the whole new set coming out and being shown off, you'll be able to make a new deck from when the set drops. So
yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. All right, guys, we're gonna still keep on with like showcasing some of the other older rulers of what they got in like the new stuff, which is the little Rebirth of Legends cards. And today we're going over Mikage Seijiro with the Darkness, with Darkness Rising, and it's a fun deck. It's really simple and straightforward. We're just playing him and sacrificing dudes, so but we'll get into it
as good as you can. Yeah.
So, our boy Mikage Seijiro, the interdimensional monarch, or messenger. He is the darkness ruler from set 1. Judgments for 2 black. Banish a resonator, draw a card, then put 2 1/1 counters on a target resonator you control. Play this ability only during your turn and only once per turn. Super good. It's just free card draw. I mean, yeah, you have to lose a dude, but luckily for us, we don't care that much because we have a dude that gets to not care. And then he judgments into a 10/10 with flying. You pay a black, banish a resonator, destroy a target J resonator, and then revenge, which is his like main keyword. If an entity you control was put into the graveyard from the field this turn, this card gains the following abilities. This card gains Drain and Eternal and +10/+10.
Seems good.
So 2 mana, you get a 20/20 flyer that can kill dudes at will, which is pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, hey, cool, kill that dude. It's super easy.
Now you gain all the life and all that fun stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you said the Monarch, I really want to see an alternative thing from the Venture Brothers. Him dressed as the Monarch. But with that,
it'd be pretty good, yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Our first resonator we have is, of course, Dracula Reborn, Vampire / the Jewel of Darkness. So the resonator has flying and barrier white. It has +1/+1 counters on this card. Do not cease to exist if it's put from the graveyard or into the field from the graveyard, or from the graveyard into the field. When this card is put in the graveyard from the field at the end of turn, put this card in the field with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. So therefore, you just sack it and just it keeps getting bigger, which is ridiculous. It only costs 1, so it's your favorite 1-drop. Now the chant part of it, the Jewel of Darkness, it has Remnant, which is awesome. And then you may pay 1 less to play this card from your graveyard for each 1/1 counter on it. Destroy all J resonators your opponent controls. So just an okay, it's like, oh my god, let's do this. Then you do it. Because it originally cost 7, 6 and 1 darkness. So you'll probably get there really quick to be able to just be like, 1 darkness, kill your whole board.
Yeah, and this dude with Mikage is super strong. It's just, you're just like, hey, I get free draw cards. Like, and if you have another creature, you put counters on it. Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Neat. Next up is the Lonely Vampire. She is 1 black for a 4/4. Whenever this card leaves the field, your opponent banishes Resonator. It's just there for the spot removal when you need it as an instant, because his ability you can do as an instant to be like, cool, banish this, put 2 counters on Dracula, because they don't go away if he dies. So you're just like, cool, free counters, and I kill your dude.
Yeah.
Seems good.
This card is amazingly powerful. The next one, of course, is another split card. We have Lilius Petals / Waking of the Nine-Tailed Fox. So the Resonator is 1 darkness for a 4/4. It has quick cast, so enter, destroy target damage J Resonator. When this card is put in the field, effect of its Awakening of Nine-Tailed Fox part, put 9 1/1 counters on this card. And how you trigger that is the quick cast chant. This card deals 900 damage to each J Resonator. If you control 3 or more magic stones with different names, then you put it in the field with the 9 counters on it.
Yeah, it's a free kill spell. Like,
yeah.
it gives you the damage for his ability to trigger to kill something, and then he comes in and play off the counters, which is with all the extra counters. Super nice.
Yeah.
Next up is Suya, the Cursed Spawn of the Star, and his alternate is Curse of Ragnarok, and this is one of the biggest cards of the set of this whole block because it's super strong. It's 1 black for a 4/4 dude. Enter, target player banishes a non-Magic Stone, non-J-Ruler entity. Put X1 with counters on this card where X is the total cost. Then you may play a black less to play cards named Curse of Ragnarok, which is the second side. And his Curse of Ragnarok is 2 black. Remnant. Look at your opponent's hand, choose a card, they remove that card from the game.
Simple as that.
The amount of ridiculous good stuff this card does is mind-boggling because it kills a thing in play.
Yep.
And then if you have another one, you can remove their stuff from the graveyard, or you can remove their cards from their hand.
Yeah.
And then when he dies, he gets the second option of, hey, discard a card. Like, it's just super strong in every regard.
Yeah. So depending on what side of Mikage is, you can like play this guy, destroy him, sack to draw a card, and then look at their card to get card advantage to get rid of. Or if you have them flipped, then you're just like kill a dude, kill another dude, and take away from a card from your hand for like 3 black. It's ridiculous. Alright, and the next one is Freyla, Darkness Huntress. It is a 2 black, 7/7. It has Swiftness, Bane, and tap, target J Resonator gains -6/-6 until end of turn. It has Revenge, which is tap, destroy target J Resonator, which is awesome. It has
I think this card is amazing. Like,
Yeah,
I really
this
think
card
this
is
card is
awesome.
amazing because I mean, yeah, I love Freyla. I love Dark Elves, so I was super excited to play this card again. But,
Yep.
I mean, this card is nuts. Like, she's a 7/7 for 2 with Swiftness, so y'all remember John Dark. She's super strong.
Alright.
And then this one just allows you to kill a dude. You can tap to -6/-6, which automatically already kills almost everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or if something dies, which with Mikage, things die all the time, you can just kill a thing. And it's a J, so it's like, I don't care what you have, I'm going to kill it. Like, it's kind of disgusting how good she can be.
Agreed. I don't think the opponent's going to have much on the board for sure.
Next up is Satan's Phantasmal Body. It is red and a black for a 6/6. Enter, remove 2 mana counters from your ruler. You're not really going to play this dude ever because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then the other part that you're really going to play is Flame of the Outer World. And this card deals 800 damage to target J/Resonator. Players cannot chase to this card for a red and a black.
Nice.
And the only reason you really need this card is against Violet. Because when they do have to flip into Violet because you've gotten rid of all their Bahamut's, then you just get to be like, hey, cool, Violet dies.
Yeah, kill it.
And it's just super strong for that regard.
And no chasing, so they can't do anything about it. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And our first spell of the deck, of course, is the Soul to the Demonic World. It is a quick cast for 1, and target J Resonator gains -6/-6 until end of turn. And if you have Revenge, destroy that target instead. And it targets J Resonators, which is awesome. Kills everything.
Yeah, so it's Freyla as a spell, which is super nice.
Yeah.
Next up is Soul Hunt. It is 1 black. Each player banishes a Resonator, then each player discards a card.
Yeah.
You get a 2-for-1. Sure, you lose some stuff too, but you cannot care because you have 2 or 3 cards that you can play from the graveyard, like Dracula or Suya's thing. So you're like, cool, discard those. I don't care. And you get free value out of it.
Yeah, it triggers all your Revenge triggers, so there's even more value from that.
Yeah.
And the next one is Necronomicon Barrier. It's one of the new cards. It's 1 black, quick cast. Choose 1. Resonators enter the field under your opponent's control. Do not cause their own abilities to trigger until end of turn. And of course, you may search your deck for Demonic World, but we don't have that, so we're all good.
Yeah, we're mainly just shutting off them from getting able to get into triggers. So
Yeah.
you stop all of their silly inter triggers like Welser and all that other weird things that do things on inter triggers. Because no, you don't need those.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen, sorry.
Yeah. Next up is Ominous Moon, the Lunar Sword. It is 1 black quick cast. As an additional cost to play this card, remove 2 1/1 counters from an entity you control. Destroy target J Resonator. Players cannot chase to this card. Insanely good in this deck because you're putting counters on everything with Seijiro. Because you're like, hey, cool, the Seijiro gets to put counters on this, or Dracula gets free counters from dying, so you just remove counters from it and kill a thing.
Just immediately, like, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, of course, is super helpful, is Moan of the Dead. It's a 1 black quick cast. It is a mage art, if need be. You may banish a Darkness Resonator, then play this card's cost. Destroy target Resonator if the total cost is less than the number of cards in your graveyard. Choose a card from your stranger deck. We don't care about that, but the fact that you can just free cost, be like, kill this thing immediately.
Yeah, free spells are good. They're always good, and they always will be good. Yep. So, free spell is free.
And your graveyard's going to be full.
And then finally, we have Abhorrent Revival, which is 3 black. Put any number of resonators with combined total cost 4 or less from the graveyard into the field. So, you got to make sure you do it correctly, but you can get back Freylas and Lillian Vampires and all that stuff easily.
Just so many things.
It's super nice just to be like, hey, cool, bring all these dudes into play. Thanks.
Yeah.
Because, you know, getting back free dudes is free dudes.
Yeah, for 3 darkness, you just get so many twos.
Yeah. Alright, with that, we're going to move into the stones. They're pretty easy. We're playing Epic Stone of the Blood, which is his stone, which is produce a black or revenge. You put 2/1/1 counters on target resonator. We have Magic Stone of Scorched Bales, so you can play the Satan's Phantasmal Body, and it helps you get your Lilius Petal trigger. And then lastly, we have the Darkness Magic Stone, because we're just playing a Darkness deck, so we only really care about that color. So that's really all that matters. Overall, this deck is super fun. It's super straightforward. It's just, hey, I'm going to play dudes and beat you down with them and kill whatever you play, because that's what Darkness does. And you have a lot of revenge triggers that are really good in this deck, because like the Assault from the Demonic World and Freyla both are just like, hey, cool, kill your dude.
Yeah.
Get out of my game. So you don't care.
Your opponent should basically have nothing there. And with Lonely Vampire, what the opponent banishes, so if all those pesky barrier cards in that blue deck or whatever, just get them out. Just done.
Yeah, just don't do it. Just get out of my life.
Yes, please.
The deck list will be down below, guys. It's going to be super cool to play. We'll be playing it on the channel soon, so keep an eye out for it, and we'll see y'all again next time.
Goodbye.
Later. Also, guys, make sure you hit that like button down below and subscribe to our channel, and then hit that bell for any future notifications that you have for our videos.
And we go ahead and give a big thank you to our fans for over the years, especially our Mythic and Above Patreon followers.
Thank you, Ryan.
With that, we love you. Thank you for your support.